tam, 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 tam. Tam, 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 tam. Everybody put your hands up. Everybody put your hands up. But still enough, chat too much, you must not chat.
For gas fees, that's something that gets charged inherently by the Ethereum blockchain. We have nothing to do with that. That's just a fee that gets charged and paid directly to the miners to carry out your transaction. Whether your transaction fails or not, that fee gets paid out because the work is done.
Is it possible that people also get charged for Ethereum and also at the same time losing their Saitama token?
So on the blockchain, that shouldn't be the case now. You should be charged Ethereum, and you shouldn't lose any Saitama token unless you're being charged the liquidity provider fee, which goes to all the liquidity providers on Saitamask, if that's what you're asking. But that is the same on any other swap. There's always a liquidity provider fee. It's usually a percentage of the transaction, and it goes to anybody that provides liquidity.
Okay, the status of the swapping in general, not just for Saita Realty, but is everything else back to its normal swapping status, or are we still waiting on you to turn things services on?
Nope. So as far as swapping, everybody has been swapping fine with all the token pairs. I think that how Russell mentioned earlier that talking about Saita Realty and Saitama will add more liquidity, so it can pair swap a lot more. But everything has been fine as of yesterday evening, around 2-3 in the morning.
Okay, when people go in to check the value of the token by doing the reverse of Saita Realty to Saitama to see, the number, it's not showing the value. Is that a continuous thing until you do something about it, or are we expecting it to show up momentarily?
So the value of your portfolio for Saita Realty now shows up. If you look at your portfolio, you should have a balance, and it should show in USD. If you don't see a value showing up, for instance, if you go on the swap and you click max buy for all the tokens you have, if it doesn't show up, it's because you're trying to buy more than you're able to. As far as the price impact, I believe in the next release we're going to have a little bit more details show up, so that way you can have a clearer picture of why that's not doing that. But that's because you're trying to buy more than you're allowed to as far as the price impact.
Okay, so
Okay, HTN, I think you're in the blockchain.
Or the ether.
So I did have a few people ask me. They were saying that they tried to transact with the Saita Realty, and they were saying that they couldn't see the Saita Realty I gave, or their Saitama token. It wasn't showing up on Saitamask. Of course, saying that Saitamask stole their Saitama token. Is it something to do with the liquidity? Maybe they're just. Obviously it's still on the blockchain. It still shows up on the Etherscan, but their Saitama tokens weren't showing up in Saitamask.
Yeah. So that goes back to if they were trying to do it during the time when we were having the bottleneck. Those calls, that information, as far as your balance, we're just getting the balance from your wallet on the blockchain, and those are calls to the blockchain. If it's congested and obviously we can't get to the blockchain, or the blockchain itself, whatever API we're using, if we're either using our own nodes or using some sort of external service that we pay for, gives us a limit or a rejection, then it can't retrieve back that information. But that doesn't mean it does not exist or we're out to steal coins from people. I and just to mention it here, I'm not saying that this is what I'm doing, but obviously I know enough and I've been in the space enough that there's far easier ways to get other people's coins. I don't think I would go through this trouble to develop a full application, spend all this time and all this frustration just to steal people's money.
Yeah, no, and if for anybody that's saying like if they don't see there's a Saitama token or whatever, because I've seen a few different similar messages to that. Like it's on Etherscan, right? So there's so many different forms of security integrated and firewalls and things and layers and layers and layers of security on Saitamask that we couldn't even get access to your tokens if we wanted to, right? So the quickest and easiest way is just look on Etherscan. Look at your wallet on Etherscan, plug it in Etherscan, see your balance. Just know that it's there, and please don't resort to social media, man. It doesn't do any good to put those things out there. I see tweets all the time. Saitama stole my Saitama token. That doesn't do any good, because that's not accurate. That's not true at all. Go on to Etherscan. Look at your wallet. Those tokens are still there. They have not gone anywhere. We don't even have that ability to do that, but it creates unnecessary FUD, and it creates unnecessary info. Because what happens is people read that and they freak out, like, oh, Saitama's a bunch of crooks. They stole $30 worth of Saitama tokens. No, man, that's not the case at all. So please,
Not at all.
everyone, refrain from doing that. I know it's tough to refrain sometimes, but please, if you have questions or if you have a genuine concern, just do a little bit of research, man, or check yourself. I go on Etherscan, and that's why we have these spaces too, not to send false information. We want to educate you guys. If we could hold classes to teach people how to read Etherscan reports, we can do that, so people have a better understanding of how these things work and how to do some due diligence on your own, because it prevents that FUD. It prevents people
Absolutely.
from throwing out false information on social media, because all that does is create a whirlwind of negativity, and that's something we don't need, right? We got enough stuff going on that we got to spend some positive vibes, right? Get those W's, not to create a bad atmosphere. So
Exactly.
and so that's my thoughts on that. So we'll go down to some more questions. I know we've already been on here for a while. I know you said President Shill's been up here for a while, so
Yes.
Go ahead, ma'am. You got the floor.
Hello. I just wanted to ask, when are we going to get a viewable chart to see the what's going in and everything, and the market cap and everything? And also, do you know the current price for sales, Sata Realtor?
Yeah, so it's pretty soon we're going to be launching our at least our charts and our charting platform, so you can see different prices for things. I'm trying to get the DEX tools to start indexing our DEX, which is a Saitama, because you do see the pairs on DEX tool, but they don't index all the transactions. So that's something that I'm trying to talk to them about. But in the meantime, we're working on our own different charts. You can see the price inside Saitama, and they'll start updating slowly, and you should start seeing that coming in.
Okay. Do we have a timeline for the DEX tools charts?
DEX tools charts, it's kind of the ball's in their court.
For real.
But I can definitely reach out and get some more information and provide more information when I have it.
Okay, and I've been told to tell everybody to vote on OKEx.
Oh, yeah. So OKEx, and thank you for bringing that up real quick. So we have, and I wanted to kind of clear the air about this too. So this is not, we're not begging for a listing exchange. We're just simply asking to activate the community to get this listed, because it's an opportunity for us. They approached us and to put us on a short list, right, to get listed onto OKEx. Hey, if we get 5,000 registered users on OKEx, we're gonna list a couple of meme tokens, which they don't normally do. You guys have to understand, top tier 1 exchanges don't normally list meme coins. They don't. And I know that we're not a meme coin, but from an outsider's perspective, we're still kind of in that category. But we do have a lot of volume, and we have a tremendous community. We have a lot of use case. So hey, we want to list you on our community, but we also need to see that it's worth our while to list you guys, and traditionally do not list meme coins onto our platform. So if you guys can get 5,000 users to register and deposit $10, then we can list you guys, put you on a short list, and get you onto our platform, and allow for our. So it's not us necessarily beg and say, hey, we can't get centralized exchanges without your help. No, we can, and we have plenty, and we'll be rolling some out here shortly. But this is just an opportunity for us. Hey, they're not going to charge us a listing fee, and most of these exchange listings, their fees are in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. So it's an opportunity for us to get listed on there, and not only that, but it's a short list, so they can do it relatively quick. But they just want to make sure that it's worth their while, and it's something that we, as a very strong community, can do rather easily, right? And hey, and free is good, right? If we, like I said, we don't have a marketing wallet, so. Instead of myself and Max, shelling out, a couple $100,000 for a centralized exchange, which we have in the past, and which we would, happily do so again. we don't need to. Right? Say, we'll list you for free. We just need to, have you activate your community and get people involved. So that's the premise of that, right? And it's easily done. I think that we can do it. And if I didn't think that it was possible, we wouldn't even have entertained it, right? But I think that's something we can very easily do, and it benefits everybody, right? Because they have a huge amount of volume, a huge user interface, tons of people that would be interested to trade Saitama, and of course it brings a lot more brand awareness and marketing to our project, and that's what we want to do, right? More holders, more investors, more money circulating, price point goes up, kind of gets that W, right? So we need to get some of those W's, and that's an easy way for us to do that. So activating the community is something that we don't do often, but it's something that's very tremendous. So if you guys are able to, please do so. Yeah, and it's not us begging for anything. We're just, as a community, collectively trying to do something that's going to better this project and better this coin and this token itself, and that's something that we feel strongly that will help tremendously. And again, we have more other exchanges that we're working on as well, but this is one that it's an easy W for us. So let's do it.
Tap tap tadam tap 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 tadam tap tap. Everybody put your hands up. Everybody put your hands up. But still enough, chat too much, you must not chat.